Taking a long vacation from the YouTube community. I have my own personal agenda I've been doing. But today, there's a particular topic I would love to talk about because I'm getting tired of seeing Nintendo take advantage of their own fan base. This is the same company that they make so much good money. And people like me, we don't really hate on their success. What bothers me is that they don't even give back to their own people. They don't even take care of their own fan base and their own people that made them who they are. That's the thing that really bothers me the most. I'm like more of a older gamer, like the older brother that I usually ignore my little brothers. I usually don't even bother to help them out unless they ask for help. But in this particular situation, I'm going to have to open their eyes and ears because I don't think they completely understand what Nintendo's been doing to them. And in this video, I'm going to make it very clear so they can see what the big deal is about the whole Steam Deck versus the Nintendo Switch OLED. And I'm going to do the best I can to open those eyes and ears out there. So, just to begin with. Okay, with the Nintendo Switch, okay, it's going on 5 years in its life cycle. 5 years later, please explain to me why Nintendo had made no plans or innovations or any kind of, strategy to improve the Nintendo Switch. Because 5 years, it had a good life cycle. Nobody's not hating on the Nintendo Switch for that. They made some awesome games within that 5-year time frame. However, it's outdated now. It's underpowered. There's new games that's coming out. It needs to have a better operating system. It has to have more power to run the better games that's coming out. And what I don't understand is 5 years later, Nintendo comes out with an OLED model. An OLED model. Like, you compare an OLED with a standard Nintendo Switch, it's not that much of a difference. It's like a joke, okay? $10 extra worth of parts it took Nintendo to make an OLED. After 5 years, guys, 5 years. What kind of games has Nintendo been playing with their own fan base? 5 years. All that money they made from you guys? And 5 years later, they release a Nintendo Switch OLED. Can you guys wake up out there? Like right on your forehead. Can you guys wake up? Are you telling me that you Nintendo fanboys only deserve an OLED for Nintendo Switch? It gets worse than that. Okay, listen to me. This is what I don't think you guys understand. PlayStation fanboys like me, look, and I'm not talking about the loyal, obedient. I'm more of someone that when someone's doing good, I'm gonna give them praise. It doesn't even matter if it's someone I don't like. If they do something worthy of being that's honorable, I'm gonna give them applause. As much as I hate the person, I will give them that if they're doing the right thing. Your own company, though. Listen, guys. Listen. They got so big, so money hungry. Okay, no one's not hating on them for the success, but this is what they're doing to you guys. They're overcharging you guys to see how long and how far they can get away with it. They're treating you guys like little rag dolls. They're releasing games you guys don't even want. Okay, listen to me. With all that money, with all the reputation Nintendo has built for itself, they want it to be known apart from Xbox and PlayStation. They did a good job doing that. Nintendo was more of the foundation that made the video game industry what it is. And people will acknowledge that. Xbox and PlayStation, as much as I love them, it's just kind of ironic that the founder of the video game industry is like in last place when it comes to game performance and video game consoles. Like, for crying out loud, Nintendo, what happened to your agenda? You was on top when it came to the hardware, the gaming consoles, to deliver the best game experience for customers. And now the sad part is you guys have the money. If you guys really wanted to be number one, if you guys want to be in control of the entire gaming market,
one thing you do know and you do best is you know that there's kids and families out there that they love good video games. Okay, you guys do a really good job doing that. However, what you guys have been doing because you gotten so big and so so money hungry, that's the end of the line. That's when older gamers like me have to step in and protect our little brothers, because you guys, honestly, you guys are just taking their money and making them look like idiots. You're playing games with your own fan base. You're making your own fan base play on underpowered, overcharged gaming consoles, and you keep releasing these old video games from the past. That's so outdated. Then you want to port them to the Nintendo Switch, and then you want to sell them full price. Like, in person, I'll be knocking on all you guys' heads. Like, really? You guys are really that money hungry? You have to overcharge on an old game. Some people have never even played that game before, and you want to charge them $60? It makes them not even want to play the game. The old games from the past, there's some people that hasn't even they don't even know about them. They haven't even played them, and then you want to charge them $60? That's pathetic. That truly is pathetic. And with all the money that you made, I don't understand why you can't do like your little free demos for the audience that have never even played your own games before. And this is what I just don't understand. Like, your own fan base, and your own fan base is really good people, okay? And it sickens me when I see what you do to your own fan base. It really bothers me. Usually I ignore most of the stuff you guys do. If it's really little or petty, I won't say nothing, but no, you guys got a little too far. Because our little brothers that you're doing in the video game industry, it sickens me. It turns my stomach sour. And be honestly, it became personal. It became personal because it's not even about the money. It's about the direction and the future you do for the kids. The future you have planned for the kids out there. It's so sad. You guys want them to be loyal and obedient to Nintendo, and you guys have nothing to offer them. They give you their money, their lunch money, their parents' money. So much people have put into you, Nintendo. Nobody's not hating on you, what you do with your money, outside business, what you do on your own personal time. You probably don't even play your own video games, the ones that you sell to the public. You probably don't even do that in your personal life. You probably do other big things out there. And that's not why people's hating on you, Nintendo. People's hating on you because it's what you're doing to the people that love you and so obedient to you. It's how you value them and how you treat them. And older brothers like me, we get sick and tired of it. I usually don't stick up for my own little brothers. I usually let them, man up and learn how to become a man and fight their own battles on their own. But this time you got a little too far, because you brainwashed them, and you've been doing this little game agenda for so long that it's your own doing. It truly is your own doing. And you know what? We have to put you in timeout. We have to let you reflect on your actions and see the mistakes you have done in the industry. Because it's a mockery and it's an insult to the entire video game industry. You want to make these false claims like you care about your customers and your fan base, but you truly don't. You do the things that, like, you're a hypocrite. You want to claim to defend your people, but you don't. You keep on overcharging them for old games. You keep on all these problems that we've been addressing. The Joy-Con drift, the horrible online service. Did you really have to release that Tekken Fighter for Smash Bros. Ultimate? Don't you think you make too much money, okay, to not even care about your own people? Give the people the fighter that they wanted, not what that you wanted. Give the fan base, the people, the fighter that they wanted, Smash Bros. Ultimate. That was a sick joke, to be honest with you. A Tekken Fighter. No Crash Bandicoot. None of the Pokemon characters. no worthy Nintendo Spyro the Dragon. You had to pick a Tekken fighter. And here's the sad part. The sad part is your Nintendo fan base, they do like the surveys and polls. So you have a better idea of what people really want. And yet, you wanted to put somebody that you wanted. You have so much money, you should be happy with your personal lives. Nobody's not hating on your money and what you buy with your money outside business. But the thing is, make the game for your fan base, for the people that made you who you are. Give them what they want. Stop playing these little games. You know what? Like it sickens me. With the money that you guys have made, outdated, underperformed gaming console, old games that honestly should be cheap, close to nothing. It should be no $60. It's sickening. It's so pathetic. And you know what? Now we gotta help our little brothers to wake up, because this is a fight they don't understand what's going on. We usually don't fight their own fights for them. Our little brothers are usually smart. They have everything figured out. They're really good at playing, the games that they play. Okay, but this particular one, they don't see what you guys been doing to them, and that's when the older brothers like me have to step in and draw the line. Because Nintendo, you have gone way too far. And I'm glad that there's been another video game industry or another video game company that studied you, and they did what you did and did it better. They felt our pain. All the complaints we've been telling you guys, from the Joy-Con drift to your system being underpowered, came and play your own games on your own console. And what else? The bad online service. What else? Underperformance. The FPS is so slow that it can't even run your own games. Like Nintendo, wake up. Wake up. You made enough money within those 5 years because you're so stuck on your success story within those 5 years. Could you have not gave the people what they wanted? I mean, you guys need to grow up and stop playing games with your own people and your own fan base. You made enough money to get the people what they wanted. Nobody is not going to blame you for the dumb stuff you guys done before. You can be forgiven if you get the people what they want, but you haven't done that. You deliberately did an insult. You gave them the same Nintendo Switch, but in an all-white color. And you know what the insult part is? Since it's all white, you want them to suffer another 5 years so that little white, nice-looking color goes bad. Yeah, you can clean it up as many times as you want. You can try, but you get the point what I'm trying to tell you. The point of what I'm trying to say is that you're going to make your fan base suffer another 5 years for underperformance, overcharge, crappy gaming system that belongs to be discounted. The price should already be like low. And I'm talking about within $200 to $250 in that price range. Because when the Steam Deck got released or announced, it proved how greedy you guys really are. You guys are trying to push this outdated gaming system as long as you possibly can and make as much money as you can before somebody blows the whistle and calls a foul ball and tells you, Nintendo, we're sorry, your system is outdated. You look at the specs from the Steam Deck, compare it to the Nintendo Switch. We're sorry, but you're overcharging. You're overcharging now. You guys have no right to keep that Nintendo Switch at $300 when you have the Steam that's 4 times more powerful, 4 times faster, 4 times so much better than the Nintendo Switch. It's so... You guys are out of your mind. Out of your mind. Okay? And we know what you're doing now. And like I told you time and time again, so many times, Nintendo, take care of your people. The older birds like me would even have to get involved. Listen to me. We don't care about you making your good money and whatever you do with your personal money and personal life, we don't care about. Okay, that's not the issue. The issue is how you're treating your own people, the ones that gave you the money, that gave you the name, the people that made you who you are. You're nothing without your family. You're nothing without your customers. Okay? And then for you to treat them like that, it's an insult because they gave you all of their money, all their time, and everything they have put into you, Nintendo. And that's how you treat them. It sickens me. On your online service, you're going to give them the most crappiest games in the entire Super NES, like Nintendo. That was a slap in the face to all the good kids out there, the ones that really support Nintendo. And that's how you treat them. You give them the worst games in the entire Super NES category, like Nintendo. You have all this money. There's no reason why you could not give them the best possible games for the Super NES. And listen to me. Here's the part that I just don't understand. Most of those games that you had in the past, with this new generation, they don't even know about the NES, Super NES, and all the other platforms you had before. You should give them an enjoyable experience to be able to play those games in the past. Especially a lot of them that they would never even know about. You can. There's no reason why you can't pick the best of them all from the past and let the new audience experience those good games, those hidden gems, those really great games that got forgotten in the past, and you never brought them back to your platform. You let them die in the past, so the new audience out there don't even know about them. Then you want to slap these $60 full price tags on them. So guess what? Your market, the selection, the amount of games that these new people can play, it's going to be very limited because your price is outrageous. They're not going to be able to play all the games from the past. Not all of them's going to have the kind of money. You already make good money from them. They already give you enough money. And now you're doing too much. You're taking their whole livelihood. That kind of money that they have, they can spend it on stuff that they really need in their life. But you're taking everything from them. You're taking their entire wallet. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the parents. That's not fair to the kids. You know it's within your power. Those old games from the past, you can make them available, accessible, at a very low cost. Just one, make it from $20 to $100. Every single game from the Super NES, from the Wii, whatever platform, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let them have access to all those so they can experience it firsthand. But no, you rather pick the worst games of every gaming console that you have ever made and produced, and overcharge them for games that they don't even like, and you put a bad taste in your mouth. They don't even want to buy another bad game from the past. They think the games that you release on their platforms from the past, they think all of your old games are like a similar concept, a similar pattern. They're just bad. They put a bad taste in their mouth. And you keep doing it to them. You keep doing that to your own fan base. Look, Nintendo, it became very personal. It became very personal when you have this new image of Nintendo now. You know what? In America, when people thought about Nintendo, it used to be fun. It used to be exciting. Everybody loved you because you had the best interests of the majority of people. You were the video game company. You were the company that everybody loved and looked up to. You were the foundation of the video game industry. Everybody loved you so much. And look at you now. Now you've gotten so big and so money hungry. Like we look at you like Nintendo. I don't want to become racist, but we look at you like, what? How did you end up like this? You were the advocate. You were the shining star of what we wanted in the video game industry. We didn't want these big companies to trick us with loot boxes and manipulate the customers to make more money. You were the people that put their foot down that stood up for their own family. But Nintendo, now you gotten so money hungry. Now it's like the very people that made you who you are, Nintendo. You gotten so big that what? They're nothing to you now, right? Like really, you're gonna insult your own people. You have enough money already. You made good money from people already. Why can't you give the people what they want? And you still make money from that. That's the part it's so sad and pathetic. I just don't get it. People is willing to give you the money if you give them what they want, Nintendo. That's the thing I just don't understand. Have you gotten that greedy and arrogant that you can't even give the people what they want, even if they give you the money for it? Because the money you have it's not enough for you, Nintendo. It's not even about the money anymore, Nintendo. It's about mocking your own fans, your own customers. Give them stuff they don't even want. And you want to see how long you can get away doing that to them, man. It's just so sad and pathetic, Nintendo. So that's the reason why the older brothers like me, we this time we have to step in for our little brothers. Because they honestly they've been playing your game for so long. Like every game up, continue. You just made so much money from them because they don't understand the game that they're really playing. Our little brothers have good hearts. They're gonna keep playing that game until they beat it. But the thing is, Nintendo, all of us know this behind closed doors. There's always been a bigger game behind the behind closed doors, behind the bigger picture, and you've been in control of that game. And now it's time to put it into that game because you know what? You guys gone way too far, and now you guys honestly you have to pay for your mistakes. You guys gotta sit in time out and honestly reflect on the things you have done to people. Because the thing is, you guys got so arrogant you don't want to listen to your own people. You made enough money to not give back than what you took from people. You took it too much. Way too much. Like I said before. There's people like me, we understand business, we understand what big business what they have to do. But what you have done, it goes beyond this business. It's sickening what you guys have done. I don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over because you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are insulting your own fan base and treat them like little rag dolls and just you're manipulating the vulnerable, the weak-minded. And you think it's okay with these outrageous prices you have been doing to these people. You're tricking them. It's funny how when reality hits Nintendo, they even had to do a discounted price on their Nintendo Switch OLED. It was $350, and now it's $200. And do you guys know why? Do you guys know why they were forced to lower their own prices? It's because Nintendo was caught in the light. You had to turn the lights on. And you look at the specs. Look at the specs between the Nintendo Switch OLED and the Steam Deck. Oh my God. A little kid can do basic mathematics. The numbers from the specs alone, just from the specs alone, it proves how money hungry Nintendo is. Because they're overcharging you guys an outdated, underperformed hardware that should not even listen to me. Just the standard Nintendo Switch alone should already be $200 right now. Right, this particular, right, $200 because it's underpowered. 5 years, okay, from the time that Nintendo Switch was released and to this point now, 5 years in that time frame, it should be $200 right now. Right now, because the technology and the specs of it is underpowered. You look at the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck. You can play the same games from the Nintendo gaming console, whatever, and play them on the Steam Deck. 4 times more powerful. 4 times more quicker, better. Everything you can experience a true gaming experience that you can enjoy. Don't make me make another video of how many games that don't even properly run on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch now is outdated. When you guys don't understand the new games that they're making, it's not compatible with the Nintendo Switch. I'm talking about the games like that's on the PlayStation or Xbox platform, or even, well, let's not even put Steam into the picture. There's absolutely no way the Nintendo Switch can play most of the good games on the Steam library on the Nintendo. There's no way. It's not going to happen. My point. You guys are playing with outdated technology. And I'm not saying that to be poetic. I'm not saying that it's not even factual. It's just common sense. Guys, wake up. The Nintendo Switch been out for 5 years already. You know, cell phone companies, any modern day technology, they have usually within 1 year, they have a better, like a more expensive model within a year, 2 year time frame. It's been 5 years, guys. 5 years of Nintendo. 5 years of Nintendo. 5 years. Please explain to me, how the heck in this world does old technology stay at the same exact price range? That does not make no sense. And I'm not really like, I don't work for Wall Street. I don't do this whole stock thing, but I'm pretty confident Nintendo has some kind of connection with the stock change and with the investors and with their pricing, because let me tell you why. There's no way they can keep the Nintendo Switch at $300 5 years later and still make it like it never aged. It's been 5 years already, guys. Look at the specs of the Steam Deck. Please explain to me, why are you spending all that money on that Nintendo Switch when you can spend an extra $50 and get a portable gaming system 4 times more powerful, four times more faster, 4 times better than the standard Nintendo Switch? And before you Nintendo fanboys try to brag about your Nintendo Switch OLED, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's no different than the standard Nintendo Switch. It may have a little better audio in portable mode. It may have a wire LAN port. It may have a little bigger screen, and it may be OLED. But whoop-de-doo. Did you guys really deserve that 5 years later? After you gave Nintendo so much of your time and money, is that what you guys really wanted? What you really deserve? Do you guys really like the Joy-Con drift? Guys, like, come on now. Guys, like, why do you continue to allow Nintendo to do this to you? I just don't get it. You know, like, I understand you guys are little kids and you guys play a lot of little games and all that, and you guys are pretty good at beating them. But I'm sorry, but this time we have to step in, and this is the line. We're not going to allow you guys to keep feeding into Nintendo and let Nintendo keep on bullying you. Let them keep taking your lunch money and every livelihood that you have, and let them keep mocking you and giving you stuff that you don't even want. Because you guys are so loyal, because you guys have a good heart out there. And we know the Nintendo fan base, and we know that they're good people, and it's true. The Nintendo fan base, the casual gamer, the family man, we don't hate them. We really don't. We want them to have fun. We want them to experience the excitement and the joy of playing great video games. But at the same time, we have to let you guys know when you guys are in a trap, in a spider's nest, you guys are getting the life sucked away from you. We have to step in. And usually, we usually ignore you guys most of the time. We usually let you guys suffer the consequences of your own mistakes. But this time, Nintendo has gone way too far, and it's about time that they suffer for what they have done to people. Because it's the money game, the things you have done. That's it, guys. I really appreciate that you guys watch this video. I'm gonna do another one because I I have to make my point real clear for people to look at this video and be like, okay, look, I get what he's saying. I usually don't care. I usually just let people suffer their own mistakes. But this time I have to let it be known. I'm sorry, but I'm just fed up with this games that Nintendo has been doing to their own people. So I really thank you guys for watching the video, and I'm gonna just do some feedback on the next one. All right, you guys have a nice one. Bye.